Right, I'm going to play this video just after we get through the notes, just discussing conspiracy number 7 on coronavirus COVID-19. Alright, so this particular theory is speaking about fighting the so-called climate change, which is what we were fighting prior to the pandemic in an effort to heal the world. Number one, a significant reduction of world air pollution has been noticed through these weeks of lockdown. For example, in India, there's up to 70% reduction, where the Himalaya Mountain Range can now be seen by the people of India, which was not possible for the past 2 decades or 20 years due to the smog, that being air pollution. Number two, the theory is that climate change is directly linked to excessive carbon footprint or fossil fuel emissions or pollution. Only time will tell if this theory is to be correct or not. Once again, you be the judge. Number three, we have covered this in our video about climate change drawing glory away from God. Even insurance companies would refer to these acts as an act of God, or these events as an act of God, which is now frowned upon. People do not want to turn to the Most High God, so biblically speaking, these events will continue even should there be a zero air pollution level achieved. Nevertheless, you decide. Number four, so basically if the virus doesn't exist, it is to deceive the world into believing that it does. Or if it does exist, then sensationalize it to blow it out of proportion, thereby inciting fear. Either way, the world stays indoors and this quarantine and isolation worldwide is achieved. Number five, many poor people will die of starvation. Many businesses will become extinct. This is also speaking about the 20% world reduction in the population, either by this very extensively long or excessively long lockdown quarantine period, or by coronavirus, COVID-19. So either or. And lastly, number six, the Industrial Revolution began in 1760. That's approximately 360 years ago. So we have 360 years worth of pollution, and somehow the geniuses of the world think we actually can put a band-aid on that for 90 days, which is lockdown. I haven't seen a lockdown that exceeds 90 days. But basically, post this period, everything just goes back to normal. You decide. Let's take a look at that video.
Hola, mi nombre es Elena Walinga, tengo 18 años. De la comunidad de Sarayaku, en la Amazonía ecuatoriana. En las últimas 3 semanas mi comunidad ha sido afectada por 3 inundaciones, la última siendo ayer, y una de ellos siendo el más extremo que hemos visto en la región. Ha dejado las familias sin casas, sin escuelitas, sin puentes y sin cultivos. Significa que no hay una seguridad alimenticia por muchos meses en adelante. Y esto es directamente causado por el cambio climático, y las comunidades que ahorita están siendo afectadas por esto han sido comunidades que siempre se han enfrentado a las compañías petroleras, a las compañías mineras, y ahorita están siendo directamente afectadas por lo que es el cambio climático. Y por defender sus territorios, por defenderse contra estas industrias, han sido perseguidos, torturados y han recibido amenazas de muerte. También hemos recibido la noticia de que un oleoducto se ha roto y ahorita mismo está saliendo petróleo crudo a los ríos Cauca y Napo, afectando cientos de familias indígenas que viven en las orillas de estos ríos, y nadie va a ser responsabilizado de esto. Y creo que también es hora de que los gobiernos nos escuchen, que hagan caso a los pueblos indígenas que están diciendo no a la actividad extractiva, porque esto es lo que pasa en las regiones donde se extrae el petróleo, donde hay minería. Y estamos en un momento tan crítico con el cambio climático que ya no podemos seguir con esto. Ahorita es un tiempo muy complicado, pero si puedes aportar en algo o si puedes ayudar, hay un enlace aquí abajo en donde pueden apoyar a las familias que ahorita están siendo afectadas por esta inundación. Gracias.
Okay, so you'll notice one last point there, which we can add, is point number 7. What she mentioned was this occurs in places where the crude oil is extracted from the earth, which is another false statement, because climate change is occurring right throughout the world, and yet it's only extracted from certain strategical points right throughout the world. So that statement, once again, is false. But nevertheless, all the points raised, we'd like to see your comment. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we can have a discussion around this. But once again, time will be the bearer of false and true statements above all else.